Welcome to the Laura Clery
podcast.
It's a podcast with Laura Clery.
Welcome
To the Laura Clery
podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to the Laura Clery podcast.
I did it!
Steven's making me a cappuccino right now because he's pussy whipped. Have you heard that term, pussy whipped? Nothing. I said I bet I love you.
What did you say?
That I love you.
You said something else.
That you're pussy whipped.
Jesus! No, I'm not.
I gave him
I'm the man of the house.
the puss yesterday, and now he's making me cappuccinos. He's making me snacks. Ladies, it's a
Your pussy whip.
the powerful, powerful tool, the pussy. The power of the pussy. The power. Dicks have a lot of power too. There's a lot of power in dicks. I like his dick, so that's good. Oh, hey mom, if you're watching, hey, or listening, hey mom. I know you're proud of me. I know I make you proud every day. My mom, it's so funny. Like I finally told her to get a Facebook. And I'm like slowly regretting telling her to get one because some of the stuff I post is a little inappropriate and it's just awkward. My mom will call me and she'll be like, "So, I saw the new song you posted. I love my vagina." That's really great. I'm gonna hear about that at the Thanksgiving party. I mean, I've like posted like I saw the video you posted yesterday. What I'd do for the dick. You said you'd shoplift for the dick. Start a foundation learn German for the dick. You said? That's great. Aunt Joy's gonna love that. He's gonna love that. You'd wax your ass crack for the dick, you said? She's just like, and my dad like won't eat. My dad is in denial that I like do comedy and make videos. Like he's like, okay, he's progressive, right? He's sort of like a hippie liberal, but also thinks like women, I don't know. I just feel like he wished that I embraced my femininity more and like, you know, he wished that I didn't make these faces or like do filters to make myself look weird or strange. And he just like doesn't like what I do. You could like, and he doesn't hide it. And he barely watches anything either. He literally called me and he's like, "I think you should consider drama." Like, he's not even subtle about it. But I mean, you know, look, I don't trust people with two perfect parents. I really don't. If you have two perfect parents, like, I don't fucking trust you. I think everyone needs like one shitty parent.
I've got two parents.
You do, and that's why I don't trust you.
Oh, why would you say that?
Stephen, welcome. Come on in. Stephen Hilton's here. All right. Stephen. All right.
Thank you.
Woo, woo, woo.
Thank you. Hello.
Woo.
Hello.
Woo.
Hello.
Stephen.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, Stephen.
Oh, jeez. Hello.
Yeah, Stephen.
Hello.
Oh, Stephen.
Why? It seemed to be normal until I came in. And
yeah, Helen just like stands in the corner and she's just like, every time Steven says anything, she's like, "Yeah,
she doesn't.
Stephen, that was brilliant. I just want to say that was brilliant."
She doesn't cheer for you ever.
No.
She glares
Every
at you.
time I come on, she's like, "Boo, bitch.
Yeah.
Boo, bitch. Eat a sandwich, you skinny bitch."
What were you talking about?
Oh, so many things. What have me, myself, and I covered while you were making me a cappuccino?
I might have weed in it because you said I was pussy whipped.
Oh my
Might be my
God.
revenge.
Are you serious?
I might have done. See what you think.
Let me taste it.
Oliver is whining. I'm going to go and get him.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, extra pussy whip.
Nice clean piss. I was saying that you're pussy whipped, and
No,
then
it's not true.
I also was saying, oh, my mom must be proud. I hope she's listening to this.
Oh yeah, do you think she's listening? She probably doesn't know. She probably like everyone over 40, over 30 is like, what is a podcast?
Thank God that they can't listen to everything. Like even
Exactly.
your parents, I'm so embarrassed too by like some of the stuff that, because I know your mom watches everything.
She does.
And your dad probably. And like they're so, okay, Steven's parents are the sweetest, nicest people ever. Both of them. I don't understand. And not only are they like so sweet and nice and down to earth, they're also like still really in love, and like they laugh together all the time, and they're just like, they just have such a great relationship, and they got married like 40, 50 years ago. Like they are, they're a really amazing couple. And I watch them and I'm like, whisper to Steven, I'm like, is this real life? Because like literally we go to my parents and my mom and dad we're like in the back seat and they're in the car. And I was like, Dan, stop being a goddamn asshole. He's like, you bitch. And they just like, I'll smack you. And, you know, my mom like threatened. My mom just holds like empty water bottles all the time and like threatens to like throw them at my dad's head.
Wait, that's where you got it from? When you remember when you threw a water bottle at your poor sister's head? Oh,
Okay.
Poor Colleen.
That's honestly,
Aw.
I'm really not proud of that. And I made amends for that. I threw
You
a water
threw it.
bottle at my sister.
You threw it at her.
That's not cool. Violence
She's
is not cool.
tiny.
First of all, she said she had a bruise from it. I'm not. It was a full water bottle. I'm not proud of that.
Whoa! Did it spin in the air?
We had a fight because this was before I was vegan, and I made these like prosciutto wrapped asparagus things. This is before I was vegan,
Right.
and she said she didn't like them, and then she ate like 3 of them, and like didn't leave me any. But like she had told me in the past she doesn't eat them, and then she ate them all, and I was so. I honestly think that's because she ate the asparagus, prosciutto wrapped asparagus. I threw a water bottle at her back as she was walking away.
Now I wonder if
I feel terrible about that, and I made amends.
It's a very sad.
But anyway,
story.
your parents are so fucking like just in love and nice and down to earth. I mean,
we had ups and downs. Like me
Yeah.
and my mum used to fight, and my dad when I was a kid. But now they didn't really fight though.
no.
So it's weird.
Your mom, though, I adore her so much. My mom too.
Yeah, your mum too.
She definitely like I feel like when you were young was probably like she feels like she got anxious quite a bit. Like
Yeah.
if the house wasn't clean
that's
or
true.
like if you did spilled or something, I
Yeah.
could see like it being more. Whereas my mom, it was very much like it's fine.
Right, yeah.
I got
can see that.
arrested. It's fine. No.
But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting.
But your parents are amazing. They did good with each other and with you.
Hooray! I was a nightmare.
and
though.
I think
Why do you think they only had one?
You weren't though. But they're a really, really good example that long-lasting love does exist. Now, I don't want to like belittle my parents' relationship because I also think it's really cool. Like my parents were high school sweethearts. Literally, my dad met my mom when he was 16, she was 15. And my dad said he saw her at an April Fool's Day party and like was super in love with her and knew that she was the one at that party. He was very much like a love at first sight
I
thing.
remember that story.
And he actually had a girlfriend at the time, and he asked my mom out. My mom's like, you have a girlfriend. If you want to ask me out, you have to break up with your girlfriend. My dad's like, she made me break up with my girlfriend. I couldn't believe it. And it was really funny. And then he picked her up for the first date, and he knocked on the door, and he put like cotton balls in his nostrils and in his ears. So like when she opened up the door, she would laugh. And
On their first date?
Yeah. He like put like Kleenex or cotton balls like in his nostrils and like in his ears, like just to look stupid for her. So like when she opened the door, she'd just start laughing.
Oh.
And her dad opened the door, my grandfather, who I've never met. And because he died at 40. But he opened the door, and my dad said he was really embarrassed and like, oh shit. Anyway, and they were like literally like John Travolta and Blondie Sandy from Grease. They were legit like that. My dad was like a greaser slash like eventually a hippie, but when they were in high school, he was like more of a greaser guy. Leather coat, was in like this like gang in Oak Park of guys who like got into trouble, did crazy drugs, petty crimes, and just like total misfits, my dad and his friends. And then my mom was like straight A student, cheerleader, goody two shoes, and she met this like bad boy, and that was it. That was the end of it. And then literally they've been together since he was 16 and she was 15, and now he just turned 67 and she's 65 or 66.
He also had a pet alligator.
Yes, he had a pet
Who has a
alligator.
pet alligator?
Because he was a psycho.
Now, how do you get an alligator?
It was like it was a crocodile.
Oh, it was a
and it was like a small crocodile.
Oh.
And
That's all right then. It's just a small crocodile.
yeah, and he was the baby of the family, and he had like 6 brothers and sisters, all older. And my aunts, his older sisters, were just gorgeous, like just stunning, beautiful women. And they would be like lounging by the pool. They had a pool, and he would put the fucking crocodile in the pool while his sisters were in there, and the crocodile would just go at them.
Yeah, I know.
And they would scream. Oh my God.
Who has a pool in Chicago, by the way? It must have been cold.
I know, right? It's like you can use it like 2 months out of
Yeah.
the year. I don't get it.
Wow.
So weird.
Did they live in a warm part of Chicago?
No, there is no warm part.
Oh.
Yeah, but very interesting. And but my dad is like you in some ways, like
Yeah.
like big crazy dark hair. Like my dad has long hair, and like he's very artistic. He's really good at guitar, and like just loves music.
Yeah,
I think like
he does.
I think his like deep dark dream like that he never realized was, or that he never like pursued, was probably like, I would say, a
Music.
musician.
Definitely,
Wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
Like he's just so passionate about it, and
But he sort of has different passions. Like he's had like he'd go from that, and then the last time we were out, he was trying to do something with bees. Do you remember that? There were bees in the garden. He didn't want to kill them. He wanted to do something like harvest them. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, he's always
got
onto
something. Always
Yeah.
something going on.
Oh my God. And they're like, yeah.
The car.
Oh my God. So my parents, like, they don't know what the word savings means. So like they're like, they're still, my parents, late 60s, like still working. My mom works at a public school. She helps with like the behavioral disorder kids, and she's a tutor for dyslexic kids. And my dad works at a food packaging company, like works on the machines. And he's so funny. He's worked at a lot of different companies growing up. Like, just, he's not going to listen to this. He got fired a lot.
I don't think he's going to listen.
He's unruly. He's just, but he's smart. He's fucking smart.
He had his own company though.
Yeah, he
when
had
you
when we were young, he had his own company, but went bankrupt, and just, yeah, so we never had money or anything like that. And but
I'd say you guys are fun, but you're chaotic. That's what I would say would sum it up.
totally, it was like
Fun though.
fun. Never had any money, but we had a lot of fun. The music was all. We always had the Beatles blasting, or Joni Mitchell, or Tom Petty, like blasting in the house, and like big dinners, and that last 5 hours, and we just talk and play cards and laugh.
Yeah, we still do that. That's
And
great.
we still
I
do
like
that. And it's and as a kid, that was very much my childhood. Was like a lot of laughter, a lot of fun, a lot of chaos. So I really wouldn't have it any other way. And they never like told me, oh, you can't be a comedian or an actress. Like they were always just like, yeah, go do your thing. Like
Yeah, they're
totally
supportive.
like we're free spirits. And so So I'm really grateful for them for that. And my dad is like Kramer, but drunk. That's how I define him. And
I'm dangerous, Jerry. I'm very, very dangerous.
he's like so funny. He's just such a funny character.
Oh my
And so
God.
is my mom in a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
they're really funny.
But when we went home last, like, it's a little unmanageable over there. And they have these cars that we've had since childhood that barely work. So my dad bought my mom a Chrysler Sebring convertible when I was like 9.
Again, a summer thing in a winter environment.
It's so weird, I know. And we still have that fucking
I love that car. That car's
It's-
cool.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, there's holes in it. They have buckets in the back seat, so when it rains or snows, the rain and snow goes into the buckets in the back seat. It's the scariest thing to drive ever, and we drive it still.
Tell him
there.
about you. Tell him about when we were driving around in your dad's
And then
car.
the other car, now this is like crazy. So the other car we have was my uncle's car, and my uncle used to live with
Ah,
us,
I
and
didn't
then
know
he passed away. He actually committed suicide like 8 years ago. He went to a motel and like slit his wrist in the bathtub, and like it was really fucked up. But he lived with us, and then he like went to this motel, and he was very depressed and fucked up. But so that was my godfather. But euthanasia, he had like on the laptop it just said euthanasia, like that was all he wrote. So I really just like respect, it was his decision. But his car, so obviously we had his car after. Now this car is also very old, so when we went back to visit for what did we go? We went back, whatever, a
we
couple
went back
months
for
ago.
a funeral, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh my God, this is such an uplifting.
Yeah.
That's another uncle. Yeah, this is such a happy, funny podcast.
No, it was Christmas.
Yeah.
It was Christmas we went back for. We went back
It
for
was-
Christmas.
yeah,
and
yeah.
we didn't have a car.
Yeah.
So your dad was like, now I'm going to show you how to drive
Yeah.
the car. There's 4 different keys, one for each door and a different key to start the car. Now,
Yeah.
don't forget that the passenger key doesn't open the driver door and the driver door doesn't open anything else. 4 keys for one car.
Yes.
It was the most insane and crazy thing I've ever seen, but it was so funny when you were driving it and you were like, I think I feel crazier because I'm in this car.
I mean, I don't even know what kind of car that is.
It's a
but-
Honda
yeah.
SUV.
Yeah, and it's like super old and like doesn't work well. And he's like, "All right, come on out here." He's like, literally gave us a what do you call
It was
it?
a half an hour instructional
yeah,
talk.
Yes, exactly. He's like, all right, now this key opens the passenger. Don't
Yeah,
try
don't.
and open the driver's side
He
with this
was
key because this key opens the opener. Now you want to lock it? Can't lock it with the key. Don't try. Okay, don't try. Open the door. He goes, you push this button under here. You see that next to the gas? Push this. You didn't even know it was there. Push it in. Hold 3, 4, 5. Push it in. Good. Now that's gonna lock. Now unlock. You gotta unlock the back left manually if you want. Now you better lock all 4 doors. I don't want people stealing my shit.
That's exactly.
And he just had a load of shit in his car.
I just want to tell the people
for
listening.
a clean man, his car is dirty as fuck.
That was an incredibly accurate impression of exactly what happened. That was exactly what it was like.
Right.
So that was perfectly
Yeah.
what it was like.
Oh yeah, he's gotten definitely more neurotic in his old age, like the coffee maker.
Oh my God.
He's
Did we
like,
tell him about the coffee maker?
No.
Oh my God. You've
He's
got to
like,
tell him this.
I was like, try and make coffee. He's like, wait. How many cups you want? I was like, I don't know, 2. He's like, exactly 2. Okay. Put this much water in. I was like, Dad, I know how to. He's like, shh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's it. That's how much water. You got to count it out. 12 counts. Pour it in. Okay? You got to grind for 6. Dad, I know how to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 seconds for the grind. Like, just so neurotic about everything. It's really funny.
He's a one-off. I like your dad a lot.
Yeah, he's all right.
I like him. He's a one-off. He's definitely a character. He didn't get on with the your brother or brother. Our brother-in-law and sister had a big argument, didn't they? This time.
Yes. So yeah, my sister and brother, our our
brother and sister.
brother and sister go there, and they're like polar opposites. My sister and brother are like very introverted, clean, minimalist, go to bed at 10:30.
So do we.
Very calm, very
Very
level-headed.
calm.
They don't have a TV in the house. They just read books and talk about things like permaculture
Washington Post.
and the Washington Post.
Washington Street Journal.
Okay. And so we adore them, and they're fucking
Yeah, they're
they're
amazing.
quietly really funny, and like we get along. The four of us really get along, even though we're outwardly different.
We do really get on, even though we're very
really
different.
get along.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but them and my parents, it's really funny. They just they can't take the chaos in my parents' house. And so there's always fights there. And I actually got in a fight with my dad last time.
You get in a fight every single time we go back. At some point, I should like set my watch by it. The last night, every
Yeah.
visit, there's a huge blowout.
Is there always a-
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. And then your mum comes up and goes, now come downstairs and we're going to talk this out. And normally I would get dragged into it, but this time I hear it upstairs.
Yeah, I do feel bad that you had to endure that.
Every time.
It's not with my mom. My mom and
No.
I have like the closest relationship. She's like my best friend, and we never fight. But my dad hates me for some reason.
Well,
He
that's a bit
doesn't-
strong.
He doesn't hate me.
You don't-
He just thinks I'm annoying, and I'm not his favorite daughter, and it's very clear. Let's be honest. He
I
picks
think
on me all
You're
the time.
your mum's favourite daughter,
Yeah.
and I would say Colleen is your dad's favourite daughter.
And Tracy, I have another sister
Yeah.
named Tracy. and
So
they like them
Tracy
both.
fall into that?
Tracy lives in Chicago still, so she's really close
Okay,
to them.
yeah.
But my dad, I don't know why, but he picks on me all the time. He just
He does, but I have
thinks
to
it's
agree.
funny, and he just picks on me.
He does.
And I just like was trying so hard to ignore it, and then by the last day, I like broke down and cried at dinner and ran upstairs, and then that escalated. But I finally like had a heart to heart with him, and because normally if I try and have a heart to heart, he's like, we don't do this. We don't talk about emotional shit.
That's what happened last time when I
Yeah.
came down for the
Right.
reconciliation
We don't
talk.
do this. And he gets so awkward and uncomfortable, and he doesn't know how to like have a real open, vulnerable conversation. And I don't know. I have theories about why he picks on me. I think some of it's because like we're both alcoholics, but he still drinks and I got sober. And so like my mom doesn't let him drink around me. So like I feel like he has this resentment that whenever I come home, he can't have a drink. Well, if any of y'all know what it's like to be an alcoholic and not be able to have your medicine, your anti-anxiety, your thing that you have when you get home from work, right? If someone holds that from you, you're going to be pissed, right?
Yeah.
If you're not sober. And so I
Absolutely.
feel like he looks at me and he's like, she's the reason I can't have my 2 bottles of wine. Like, so I feel like that subconsciously makes him like annoyed with me because he equates me with like not being able to drink.
Right.
Even though I don't care if he drinks. My mom is just like, if you drink around her, I swear to God, I'm done. I am moving to California.
That reminds me of when you said about the emotional conversations. That reminds me about when I went to make amends to your mum and dad when I came out of.
That was intense.
I-
That was really intense. Well, I wasn't there, but yeah.
Part of the 12 steps is that you have to make amends to people you've hurt. And I relapsed 4 years ago, and I went to Chicago. I flew to go and make amends to Laura's mum and dad, and it was all very, very, very emotional, very, very intense. And it was actually, I was really grateful because your dad isn't like that, and he made it much, much easier. Like after I finished, because I had to write a letter and
Yeah.
then read the letter. I was crying, and it was so much. Oh, it was terrible. And then
Yeah.
I finished, and your dad's like, you work out? It was amazing. It broke the tension, and then it was all right again.
No, he didn't.
He did, yeah. But I feel like that's it. That was actually amazing. I'm really grateful about
Your
it.
workout.
Yeah, because it was
Oh
so
my
hard.
God.
He was uncomfortable, and so was I with the
Yeah.
tension.
Yeah.
And he said something that you gotta keep working it. You gotta make sure you exercise your arms.
No,
Yeah.
he did not.
Yeah, he did. But he did.
And was my mom like, Dan?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes. Oh, that was.
Was she like annoyed that he said that?
No, not really. Not really.
How did my mom react?
Very well, actually. She was asking me questions about what I'd said and,
Like what?
you know, like how you're going to make sure that you manage to stay clean and, you know, what are you going to do differently? And questions like, I had to make a mess to your friend Holly as well, who was on the last podcast. She asked for it very similar to the way Holly took it, actually.
Yeah,
very
you told me
intelligent.
Holly was like kind of hard on you.
Oh, she was, yeah. Your mum
Holly,
wasn't
you
so
guys,
hard.
is the tooted and booted girl, the one who can you fart and walk away? That's her.
No, they, her and your mum handled it very well. I mean, everyone did, but her and your mum were really good, I thought.
Yeah, I don't think this is like lost on anyone. I think like most people know, like when you go through the 12 steps, which is one way to get sober, the
The ninth step is that
Yeah.
you have to go and make amends to people you've hurt.
right, and so he was making amends to like my parents and friends because
I relapsed.
right, and it affects everyone.
Yeah,
Kind
and
of
I was trying to
thing.
keep it secret. So I was
Yeah.
on drugs when I was, everyone thought I was sober.
Yeah. That was hard. That was like 2 years into our marriage. Like when we met, we were both sober, and then I struggled at the beginning of our marriage and with it. And then 2 years in, you know, you relapsed after 10 years, and that was hard. We had a rough time, but we definitely, you know, and you just can't know, like, is he going to come out or not? Is he going to make it through or not? Like, what I did learn from that is like, I'm super powerless over whether or not you're sober or not. Like that, it's totally like your decision. Whether you have to be willing and want it, and same with me.
Yes.
And like that cliche saying of like, you either grow together or you grow apart is so true. And there was that time where it was like, we started to grow apart because of it. And then like you hit bottom.
Yeah.
And
Well, I was away with the fairies completely because I'd relapsed on pain medication and benzodiazepine, like Xanax. So
Yeah.
I was a mess.
you were such a mess. It would be like 2 a.m. and you'd come and you'd be like, well, I'm going to go ride my bike and go to Swingers and get some pancakes. Bye.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
really?
what? Wait, what? You're going to what?
Jesus.
And then he'd come back like an hour later. Well, I fell off my bike. Not sure where it is. And I've got a gash on my head.
Oh, I remember the gashes, but I don't remember how I got them.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
But like, what could I do? There was nothing, because if I try to say something to you, you're like, oh, they're prescribed, or I'm taking the prescribed amount, when like,
Yeah, I
you know, we knew that you weren't. Right?
I took the prescribed amount for the first 2 days.
Yeah.
And then for
Oh
the
my
next 6
God.
months or a year.
It was insanity for that time. And then I like got, can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like got a little guest house in Venice just to like, because I couldn't be around it anymore, because I knew it wasn't that I ever stopped loving Steven. It was just that I knew that if I was around it, then eventually I would want to, you know, use as well. You just had to like distance yourself from it. It was a really hard time.
It really was. It was horrendous. That was the worst time of my life, but that was almost 4 years ago.
Yeah. And literally it took like one day he like came back and you were like, I'm done. And then you like threw all your stuff away, all the pills. And
Threw all the
then-
pills away.
yeah,
I
and
didn't
then-
realize it was so dangerous to just stop.
Yeah. And then he like was like acting really weird, twitching and stuff. And I was like, let's just go to the hospital. And then within 20 minutes of being there, he went into full seizure.
Yeah.
And I literally thought you died in front of me.
Oh my God. Yeah. It was so strange. It was such a strange. I knew something bad was going to happen. The funniest thing
Yeah.
about it was I could feel, subconsciously I could feel this dark clouds coming over me. I knew something really bad was going to happen. It was like my body was telling me you're about to, something terrible is going to happen. I knew it for like an hour before it happened.
Wow.
And like these dark clouds, I could
That's
just see them.
crazy.
They were far away and they were coming closer and closer and closer. And I was like, this is bad.
You were
Whatever's
saying.
coming. Wasn't I? Yeah.
You were like, there's dark clouds. And I was like, oh, you're just detoxing. But yeah,
But
maybe
when-
was that like death coming at
I
you?
think looking back on it, I think it was like, because when they got really close, when the clouds got really close, is that when I blacked out and went into seizure.
Whoa.
So that is crazy.
And the doctor was such a fucking dick. Like, he was this older Russian dude, and he was like, what? You cannot... We brought him in. He goes, what? You cannot control yourself with medication? You don't know how to take prescribed amount? Like, he didn't understand addiction and that
Yeah.
it's a progressive disease. And that an addict is powerless once they take that mind-altering drug. It
Yeah.
releases the phenomenon of craving.
And you can't stop.
And they have a physical allergy and an obsession of the mind, and it's bigger than us. And he didn't get that, and he was just like, "What? You cannot control? You cannot stop yourself?" And then he like left, and I was like, "You don't understand. Like, he needs help." And he like walked out, and then literally 5 minutes later, Stephen went into seizure, and I just started screaming so loud. And then you like went stiff.
Ugh.
And everyone ran in and they grabbed me and like pulled me out of the room. And they like put me in this room in the corner of the ER and just like held me down and like wouldn't let me leave for like 20 minutes. And I had no idea what was going on. But the good news is we went straight from there to a Tarzana treatment center.
Detox.
Yeah. And you went, and it was like you did a medical detox there.
For 5 days.
Yeah, it was like a jail though. Like they like I would visit him, and
horrendous.
they like wouldn't let I couldn't touch you.
Yeah.
Like we tried to like hold each other's hand, and they were like, hey, no.
It was exactly like prison.
Because people will pass drugs to one another, so like we were not allowed to touch each other or anything like that.
Jeez. And then I was like, oh, after detox, I can go back to my normal life. I can definitely go back to my normal life. And then I came back to our house and I was like, I can't do my normal life. I've got to go away again for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and you like checked yourself into like an all-male 30-day rehab.
Yeah, which is actually, I'd like to shout them out because they're amazing. The Gooden Centre, Pasadena, are amazing. If you're a man and you're struggling, you should check them out because they're
It like changed your fucking life.
It really
Like,
did.
You shifted as a person in such a way that words can't describe like what a better man you are now than even when I first met you.
Well, I think this time round was so much worse than the first time. When I first got sober, I'll tell that story on another podcast. That was pretty bad too, but this time was just worse. And it was, I just realized that I couldn't do it again. That was it. That was the last chance.
Yeah.
So I had to grab onto the steps with both hands because there was really nothing. That was it. Last
Right.
chance saloon.
Sometimes like those really dark bottoms are such a blessing, you know?
Yeah.
It's a blessing in a way, you know? But a lot of people don't get it. So I'm just happy that we're here and able to talk to you guys and just like have an awesome life and that we somehow got out of addiction.
Yeah.
That's a really amazing thing.
It's funny doing a podcast, isn't it? You go into areas like, it's funny 1 minute and then it's like talking to someone in your living room.
Well, yeah, I mean, because isn't that life? Like,
Yeah.
you're laughing 1 second, and then you talk about dark shit the next, and then that reminds you of something funny.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's life.
So in a
know?
way, like chat shows and television shows and things like that, it's not really like a real conversation. This is much more like a real conversation than
Yeah, like, can you
radio
imagine
or,
on, like, Jimmy Kimmel?
yeah,
They're like,
or a radio show.
all right, and Laura Clary's here. Laura, what have you been up to? Well, I used to smoke crack.
You did actually do that, by the way. Not all the time, but you did once when you relapsed.
I smoked cocaine, yeah.
I mean, you know what relapse is like as well. But the good news is there is, without wanting to sound like a public service announcement, there is help out there.
Yeah, if anyone's struggling with addiction, there are solutions, and that's the fucking exciting thing, is that it doesn't have to end in jails, institutions, or death. That you could actually get help and, live to your full potential and have a happy, productive life, not all the time, but even when life can get shitty, we don't have to drink or use over it, and that's the cool thing.
You got a great story. Your bottom is completely different to mine, but it's
You
actually
mean my
really...
my ass is different?
Yeah.
My
exactly.
bottom is different than your bottom.
Yeah, it's different. You've got a lady's bum, and I've got a
and
man's
you've got
bum.
a man bum.
A man bum.
All right, so now I want to answer some questions from the fans.
Oh, I've got some. So, La Barnhart is the lady that started this
Okay.
on Instagram. She said, "Will you ever have children?"
Oh, we'd like to.
Yeah.
I'd like to. I keep getting scared, and I've been saying we'll have them in a year for like 4 years now. But I really do think that I could see us having them like towards the end of the year.
That'd be great. I love that. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't bloody wait.
Really?
I can't wait. I've been. You always say your friends, I want them yesterday.
Can you wait
Yes, I'm
to not
waiting.
sleep though?
I've been waiting.
Are you excited to not sleep ever?
I don't know. I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, I think so too. Our baby would be all eyes and feet. Just
Yes.
giant eyes and giant feet.
And mad hair.
That's it. And mad hair, yeah.
Oh, and actually, we answered her second question about
Yeah.
do your families get along? We said that. Here's the third question she asked.
Well, no, our parents get along.
Oh, yeah,
Is that what she
definitely.
meant?
I think, maybe she means do your family and my family get along? Yes.
Yeah, when we first got married, we had them both come out to LA and spend time together, and they got along.
They really did.
Yeah.
And the last question,
Yeah.
will Laura's sister ever be a guest?
Oh my God, yes. Actually, I have 2 sisters.
Both of them should
and-
be guests
Yeah,
one day.
one has auburn hair and one has black hair, and I have blonde hair. So look at us. And one of them is a high school math teacher. One of them is a mom, and then there's me. We all could not be any different, but we would love to have them on as guests. Absolutely.
We should take this setup with us when we next go to Chicago.
I would love to do that. Oh my God, if we can convince
And
Dad,
when we go to Portland.
if we can convince Dad.
Never. He used to do
He'd be
videos.
like, I don't want the government listening to this bullshit.
He did an Instagram video when he was dancing a couple of years ago with your mum.
Yeah. Okay. Cambry Haven 11 asks, what is your main goal in life with your career? So for me, it's pretty simple. I want to make as many people laugh as possible on a consistent basis. So really, it is to make millions of people laugh around the world, and make a great living doing it. That is the main goal. So if that looks like movies, great. If that looks like staying on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and staying digital, great. If that looks like streaming TV shows, great. If that looks like going out live, great. If that looks like publishing a book, great. However I can make as many people laugh as possible on a consistent basis, sign me up. That's literally my only skill set. So that's it. And I want to be doing it when I'm 80.
That was a good one. I feel like we had some at lunch.
There were so many questions. Will Helen ever find love?
I'm standing right next to him. Hey, Steven.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Steven.
But no, will Helen ever find love? I wonder. Like, we should talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll have. By the way, Queenie Weenie wrote that.
We had a great idea that Helen goes on a date, dates a homeless man to make Stephen jealous.
Yeah, one of the episode ideas for Help Helen Smash was Helen's like,
I've got to find a way to make Steven jealous.
because we wanted like Helen goes to Granny.
Granny, I need to land Steven. How do I do it?
Well, if you want to get some dick, you gotta make him jealous. Make him think you're the talk of the town.
Well, how do I do that? Nobody wants to touch me with a 10-foot pole.
Well, go find a guy and make out with him in front of Steven. And he won't be able to keep his hands off you. Or something.
That's a great idea, Granny. Where am I going to find him?
On the street. There's a guy named Ronnie.
Blind Ronnie. I feel like he would have some name before Ronnie, like Stinky Ronnie, Blind Ronnie.
There's a blind man who definitely would date you. Well, mostly because he's blind.
Granny. And your face is busted. You look the same.
Oh, well aware. I always bang the blind ones.
Why is everything Helen and her family do? We've got a whole book of situations for them to do. Whatever we think of them doing is funny. Anything. I don't know why. It's great.
Yeah, they're just like rich characters. Helen, that's not gonna work. Don't try and date Blindy Ronnie. Or what is it?
Blindy Ryan.
Blindy
I don't
Ryan.
know. I don't know about Blindy.
Blindy Ryan would not leave him alone.
Like he's a local town.
Don't use Blindy Ryan. He's just trying to get by.
Helen, don't take advantage of the disabled. Blindy Ryan has a lot of problems. Okay, sorry. You guys are calling him Blindy Ryan right now. And I'm the politically incorrect one because I want to make out with him to make Steven jealous. You guys are the ones calling him Blinding Ryan. Why not just Ryan?
Because there's another Ryan down the street. How are we supposed
Another
to...
homeless Ryan. Oh my god.
Blindy Ryan.
We've got to do that, and we've got to do Helen tries to arrest Stephen. That's a really good episode as well.
Yeah,
Helen
there's so
becomes
many.
a cop.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see the Horbouts at a funeral.
Oh my! I was gonna say that, but yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
Be another one.
That's soon.
The next episode that I have to write. Fuck, I was supposed to write it today.
Well,
I should just do it.
There's still time.
Is New Year's resolutions. That one has to go out next Saturday because it's important that it's out January. But I really love, like, it's just funny to me to think about what are their New Year's resolutions. I feel like Granny's jaded and doesn't believe in them. And she's like, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Aww.
Heather's like, okay, guys, I think we should all go around and talk about our New Year's resolutions. New year, new us.
Oh, shut it down, Heather. Oh, shit. Shut the fuck up with that namaste shit. I swear to God, I'll take this yoga mat, stick it in holes you didn't even know existed.
I have to admit that when I have to bleep Granny swearing, it makes me a little bit sad because it's so funny when she swears.
It is.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Heather.
She hits that
No one fucking cares about your fucking downward dog shit.
Oh, God. I love the way Granny swears. It's really funny.
Last time I did downward dog, I couldn't stop queefing. I used to queef at parties. You know I could queef on command. Watch this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I was going to say
It's a party trick.
you have a friend that does that, but we're not allowed to mention it because she said don't talk about her.
Maggie.
No!
Okay, I won't say her last name. Oh my god, Granny totally queefs at parties.
Yes.
It's my party trick.
Oh my God.
Please stop queefing. Stop queefing. Because Granny is the older Helen.
Yes, 100%.
Granny is the older version of Helen. So, like,
100%.
Helen, when Helen's older, she will be queefing at parties just like her granny.
yes.
Like, they're definitely the duo partner in crime. You know, like, Helen learned how to shoplift from Granny, for sure.
Absolutely.
God. And Heather just wants a functional family. She just wants it so bad. She's like, I just had to go to yoga because, like, I didn't really have tools growing up, and so I just found myself in yoga. Oh, shut it down! I know.
Yeah,
No, I feel like Hillary's like kind of supportive. Like,
Yes.
that's great,
Yes.
Heather. That's great that you do that, but just don't drag us into it, okay? Because I'm fine.
Hillary's a lot nicer. When we first thought about the Horbass, I thought that Hillary was going to be more
Bitchy?
abrasive than she is. More like a hard.
That's what you thought.
That's
of
what I
the
thought,
mom.
yeah.
You always thought
I
that.
like her more like she is.
But
eh?
I always had. You mean because she said, "I'll kick your ass, Helen," in the first episode?
I think what it was is that you said she was based on one of the inspirations for her was this character that you knew in real life. And when you used to talk about that lady in real life, she seemed bitchier than Hillary.
Yeah, no. It's very much, to me, Hillary is just she's the mom and the dad role.
Right.
She's a single mom. She's a waitress. She's trying to support her family.
Yeah.
She's not messing around.
No.
She's not one to coddle. She's just very
Helen, stop it. She has to put her foot down all the time.
She does.
And she makes these empty threats. I'll kick your ass, Helen. But she never does kick her ass.
Yes.
She just threatens, which doesn't make it any better. But she's just
Aw.
doing the best she can. I don't think that she's just trying to do the best. And look at her mom. I mean,
Yes.
but we really have been fantasizing about a Horvath road trip movie
Oh my
where they
God.
go where Helen wants to go meet her dad for the first time because we've never met the dad.
We need to make that film somehow.
Yeah, I feel like that would be such a bomb.
We need to make that film. And your fans have said that they want to see all the characters in the film, and I think there should be cameos from everyone else.
Actually, that was a bunch of the questions I got today was, when are you going to make a movie with all your characters? Well, I personally think the Horvaths need their own movie.
Absolutely.
And then like Pamela and Ivy can be in a movie together.
Yes,
but
yes.
The worlds are those worlds are just so different.
Yeah, agreed.
You know?
I'm so excited for the Horvath movie, though.
Totally. All right. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Laura Clery podcast. And please make sure that you give this 5 stars, even if you hate it. No.
Even if you hate it.
No, they can give it 1 star if they want. But
No, don't say that. You're not allowed to give it 1 star.
If they want to. But
Never.
I mean, look.
It'll upset me.
Rate it, guys. Please comment on iTunes because that helps me out a lot for us to keep going with this.
Yes.
And make sure to subscribe.
Subscribe's a big one. Yeah.
Subscribe, comment.
So we can keep
Everyone
going.
who listened to this episode, go comment on iTunes
Yeah.
and rate it.
Yeah, if you
That would
guys
be
all did
awesome.
that, that'd be amazing.
It would be so amazing.
I'd love that.
If you all did that, that would be amazing.
Why are you making me from Wales and
All
Pakistan?
right, now Stephen's here signing off. I'm going to go touch my winky now in the kitchen.
Oh, Lord, Laura Clery signing off from America.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Don't try and get the last word. You always have to get the last word.
On the
Ready?
other ones?
Yeah?
Okay.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.
See, you did it again.